Hello all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of September 21st. And happy birthday to my dad today. It is his birthday. We have 9 Virgos, I think, in our family. So it's a pretty analytical time when our family gets together. OMG. All right, well, let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, creature teachers, light beings, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give you the clarity and guidance you need. I want to say to really understand your purpose this week in the grand scheme of it all. Yeah, let's set that intention. That sounds kind of fun. And I hope you guys are doing well. And this card is standing out to me. We are doing the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams by Yasmeen Westwood. For any of you who watch me on a regular, you know that I love this deck. So let's see what the message is. Love it. 2 of Pentacles, direction, resources. So what I'm really feeling here when I'm looking at this card is we are really going to have to make some choices around what our resources are, where we are accessing our resources in order to be able to, I want to say, firmly, solidly plant our feet on the ground. And this week I am hearing that there is going to be a lot of choice needing to be made. And the choice is going to be around how to get into a more balanced state in life this week. So I'm really feeling like when we talk about pentacle energy is earth energy. It's the material realm, the physical plane, the thoughts becoming things. And 2 is the energy of partnership, union, sometimes it's relationship. So I want to say it's our relationship to our resources and the things that we need in order to build a solid foundation from which we can grow and move forward. And I mentioned the word direction, and I am really feeling like we are going to have to make some choices around direction, path A or path B. You know, which direction do I want to take? And I want to say to you, just breathe. Don't get too caught up in your head, because this is something that has already been logicized, rationalized. You've already thought about it a billion different times and in a billion different ways. Instead of coming from the head, you want to feel into your body around these choices. You want to figure out what is going to make you feel the most balanced and in alignment. That's how you want to move forward and make this choice, not from the head. You want to make it from what's going to feel the most balanced, what is going to give me that solid foundation. I'm also feeling that there's going to be some issue in relationships, and this is love relationships this week. So anyone who's involved in a relationship, I want to say to you, be careful and be cautious. In this particular picture, she is balancing herself on one of these swing bridges. And so we're talking about trying to build a foundation. What I'm seeing here is she's walking along the bridge. She's in transition. She's walking from one solid footing to the next solid footing, and she's going to the next level, but she's not quite there yet. She's not on a stable foundation. Now, it's not that the bridge is breaking and falling apart. It's in good repair, but it is only meant to be temporary. So I want to say to you, in terms of relationship, you want to pay attention to when you're interacting with one another, what is it that you're trying to achieve in that interaction? Are you standing on solid ground, or are you in a transitional phase? If you're in a transitional phase, you want to make decisions and choose a direction that's going to get you either back to where you were, if you don't, you're not feeling like you're not ready to move forward, or getting you off the bridge onto that next level, the next plane of where the 2 of you want to be, what you're looking to achieve, whether that's together or separately. So paying attention to that, and I feel like the resources piece is important. There are a lot of bees in this picture. Bees, worker bees. Bees create honey, but bees also are a part of a collective, a part of a hive. Their sole purpose and focus is to work hard for the queen bee, to be able to produce for the queen bee. And I'm feeling like with the Two of Pentacles, when you're looking at, what is going to bring about the most balance and alignment in this situation, what is going to help me to get more on solid ground, I also want to consider what the work is that I need to do. Does that work need to be a singular focus, or do I need to incorporate other people into the mix in order to help me be able to get where it is that I want to be? What effort do I need to prepare myself to put in order to find this my feet on solid ground and be able to build from there? Interesting. Also, there's a lot of, it's all very green, and Pentacles, of course, earth energy, green. So I am feeling that there's a lot of growth happening as a result of these choices on direction and the resources that you have, that you are choosing to utilize. There is going to be a lot of growth, but I am hearing that the growth is going to be, I'm hearing the word minimal. Growth is going to be minimal at this point because you're not at the stage where you've got a whole lot of solid foundation. You're still in transition. So recognize that you are in transition, and being in transition isn't a bad thing. It just means we have to handle it and treat it a little bit differently than if we were standing on solid ground. There are other things that we need to consider and be aware of while we are moving forward on that particular path. So keep that in mind. All right. Oh, I got a new deck. It's called Sacred Spirit Animal Reading Cards. No, not animal. Sacred Spirit Reading Cards. It has nothing to do with animals. Anna Stark. And I have really been enjoying this particular deck. I love the imagery, and it's been giving really cool messages as well. So, just look at the back of the card. So pretty. Oh, I love it. The card that we've got today is Divine Will. Let go of fear. Check this card out. All yellow, all fiery energy, action-oriented. Let go of fear. What could you do if you literally did not have fear standing in your way? What would you do in your life? Ask yourself the question that week. Ponder that this week. Yellow is all connected to solar plexus chakra. It's our will. It is our source of identity, personal power, mastery, co-creation. It's also boundaries. Now we're talking about divine will. So divine will is, okay, what I'm asking with the universe, my particular blueprint, divine blueprint in life, my particular purpose and path, how does all of that come together, and what am I supposed to do right now? What are my next steps? What am I feeling into? And the universe and the divine says, oh, okay, well, here's the path that you've chosen. Here's where you're on, and we like where you're on, so we're going to give you the next step. Or here's where you're supposed to be, and here's where you are. So we need to detour you back onto the path. It's all about the divine will, and sometimes we get in the way. We want to control everything. We want to say, no, I know better. Oh, I just got this intuitive download, and that's going to be a little hard to implement, so I'm going to just put that in the drawer and think about it later. And divine will says, okay, you can choose to do that, but we're going to just keep bringing you the fire, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until you pay attention to it. So the goal here this week is, what could you do if you let go of fear entirely and just went for it? I have a saying on my bathroom wall: be the girl who went for it. Be the girl who goes for it. Something like that. I should know it. I look at it every day, but I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, you get the point. Be the girl that goes for it, that chooses that path. Be the man who goes for it and chooses that path. There is nothing wrong with taking a risk if that risk is going to really help you to grow and get you where you want to be. Don't stay in the shadows. Don't play it safe this week. Move forward on that personal level. I'm not saying, throw caution to the wind on issues that, for example, your finances or something like that. I'm not suggesting that. But what I am suggesting is, notice the fear that holds you back. What would you do if that fear didn't exist? What would you do if you could just sort of put that fear into a corner, let it sit in the corner and mind its business for 10 minutes? What could you do in that 10 minutes? What boundaries could you set for yourself? Or maybe what boundaries and limitations that have been placed on you can you remove? And where can you go from there? So really feeling like that's the question you want to ask yourself this week, and then you want to move forward with it. Take action. The solar plexus is action oriented. It's very much, it's the place of our ego. So this is okay, I have an idea and here's how I'm going to implement it. I have personal power, so I'm going to utilize that personal power to help me get forward, to help me move into the space that I would like to be. So you've got homework this week, peeps, homework. All right, let's pull a feather. Oh, we got another yellow feather. We've got understanding. I love this feather. It's so pretty and fluffy. Okay, so understanding. What I'm feeling this message is about is recognizing you want to have an understanding of how you fit into the world. What is your purpose? What is divine will for you? And what could you do moving forward if you didn't have that fear? Having that understanding of what that would look like, even if it's just in your mind and you don't enact it in life yet, you're just creating the vision of it. There's an understanding. And I always say, when you understand something, when you have the knowledge is power. Understanding a dynamic of something helps you to be able to move forward with it. Whether that helps you to say, oh, I get it now and I don't need to move forward, I'm going to take a step back, I'm going to stop pushing or driving, or an understanding and saying, oh, I get now what it is that I thought you meant this over here. So I've been, focusing here. Now I can shift my focus and now we can get on the same page. Now I know where it is that I am supposed to be going, or now I'm feeling into the understanding of why I'm making these decisions, or why I'm feeling this urging or this calling to move in a different direction, or to take a risk, or I'm understanding now why I'm so afraid to take the risk, and now I can handle or deal with or process that fear, and put it in a different compartment or put it in a different light. Shed new light on it and be able to work with it from that perspective so that it's no longer holding me back. And again, yellow and gold, it's connected to solar plexus chakra. And when you have this understanding, there will be an abundance of the achievement of your goals, right? Because you're not being held back any longer and you are moving forward. You're moving forward with confidence. Understanding something gives you the confidence to be able to move forward with it, or to do something with it, or to not do something with it. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle, and all of a sudden it all makes sense. So make that your focus this week. All right, guys, if you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. Also, I have my Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive, and I have an Instagram out there. My Instagram handle, I think, is The Black Feather Intuitive with a bunch of dots and whatnot. It'll be on the screen there. Would love to connect with you in some way. I know a lot of us are going through some real upheaval times right now. If you really like this style of reading, I do offer a monthly service and a subscription service where you will receive a weekly reading just like this, video reading, and I send it to your inbox on whatever day you choose, and you will get it once a week for a month, or you'll get it once a week till the end of time, whatever you decide to choose. And it's tuning into you personally and your life and how the shifts and changes that are happening in the world are affecting you and how you can make them work for you. So if you want a sneak preview of what is to come, check out my service, the Winged Wisdom Oracle Reading. You can get that on my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. Would love to connect with you guys. All right, have an amazing week, and we will see you later. Take care.